Hey everybody, so today I just want to show you something that I found on Facebook. If you go to Financial Peace, let's see if I can find it right there, Financial Peace University, you can like them on Facebook, and I use it for motivation, inspiration, and everything. I love it. So what I found was this blogger named Thrifty Decor Chick, and she had quite an inspirational story. And so I just wanted to share it with you. Her letter that she wrote. Here's her website. And her website is www.thriftydecorchick.blogspot.com. I'll put links below. And I just want to read you the letter that she wrote about being on Dave Ramsey. Her name is Sarah, and she wrote this on her blog. And it's called Debt Free 9 Months Later. Well, it's been 9 months since we paid off our last debt, which was the U.S. Department of Education, my student loans. Not sure if I ever told you that. It certainly has been 9 months of living like no one else in more ways than one. I know so many of you are fighting the good fight against your own debt, and I wanted to follow up on a story and continue to give you the motivation to keep going. It is so incredibly, amazingly worth it. Many of you have asked what made us decide to finally attack our debt, which was $125,000. Yes, 3 zeros, 6 digits. I try to be as transparent as possible on this blog, especially when it comes to our debt story. But money is probably one of the most sensitive of topics, so I try to walk the line of what to share and what not to share. I'll tell you, we were sick and tired of making a decent living and having absolutely nothing to show for it but wallets full of credit cards. It was just ridiculous and sad and depressing. Month after month, half of our money went to a credit card or a student loan or a car payment. We had money left over, but not a ton. So when we wanted something and couldn't afford it, what did we do? Charge it. It wasn't crazy or extravagant. It was just little bits here and there. It was breaking one of my own golden rules. One definition of maturity is learning to delay pleasure, by Dave Ramsey. I had first heard that quote in college, and it stuck with me. I would recite it to myself often, obviously not often enough. And one day something clicked. We finally got serious about changing our lives because we got madder than hell. We wanted to keep our money. We worked hard for it, and who doesn't? And dang it, we were finally spitting mad about passing it out to them and them and them and them every month. That's what it takes to make it happen. You need to get angry at debt. You need to want it out of your life so bad it's all you think about, dream about, focus on, get furious. So we got mad and we attacked it. I've mentioned before, we didn't follow the plan to a T. We didn't always go after the smallest debt first. We had some credit cards with just insanely high interest rates, so we went after those first. We didn't eat rice and beans, well, sometimes at the Mexican restaurant. We did still eat out and treat ourselves occasionally. But we did follow the Dave Ramsey plan otherwise. No, it's not rocket science. Ramsey himself will tell you that. But when you're drowning in debt and when you finally take the time to add it all up and realize how much you are drowning, you feel completely hopeless. I've had a few really sucky days in my 36 years, and the day we added it all up was one of the worst. Dave Ramsey gives you the hope. He gets you amped up, crazy, intense. When I took this picture, I was as giddy as a teenage girl waiting to meet new kids on the block. I went to take Dave's picture, and right when I took this, he waved at me. I was all bouncy and hyper and texting all my girlfriends for reals. It felt like we'd never get there. We worked at it for years. When we were getting to where we could feel the finish line, we decided to take Financial Peace University at our church. I have to tell you, that class was one of the most amazing experiences we've ever had. It bonded my husband and I and made us even more excited and determined. There were moments when my husband would reach out and squeeze my hand, and we were so in this together. This process changed our lives, and it changed our marriage. We finished paying off our debt 2 months after our last class. The 125,000-pound monkey was off our backs, and it was surreal. It took a while for it all to sink in. There are still moments when I realize we don't have car payments. How stinking weird is that? And yes, we've been able to do some things we would have never done before. Well, we may have done them, but we would have been paying them off for the next 5 years. Let me tell you, sitting out on our patio at night sure is sweeter when it's completely paid for and all ours. But I think it's important to mention all the ways we live like no one else, just in ways you wouldn't think. Our paid-for cars aren't fancy, not at all. Hubby's car is 9 years old with something like 210,000 miles on it. Mine is 7 years old with 110,000 on it, with a stupid amount of dings and dents. I'm a magnet. We never go on vacation. We go on some fantastic trips, but they are all for hubby's work. Always. Our last 3 trips to NYC have been business related. Even our RV vacation this past summer was planned because of a work commitment. I don't know if we would have done it otherwise. Now that we have, we're doing it again next year for sure. Other than a few weekends to New York here and there, I don't think in all the years I've been with my husband we've gone on one vacation together. I hardly ever get my hair cut, nails done, new clothes. I got my nails done yesterday, and I think the last time I did it, that was about the time we paid off our debt. I use a box to color my hair, completely necessary. The grays are out of control. My hubby doesn't treat himself, ever. I try to get him to, but he just doesn't. And we don't buy name brand. Well, of pretty much anything. But saying it's all worth it is a complete understatement. We have started a new course for our marriage and our kids and our family tree. When you're considering giving up the cards, paying off your debt, or in the middle of it, you need to hear that it can happen. And you need to hear that it's as peaceful as you think it is. It is. All of the above. One evening, while in our Financial Peace class, I turned to hubby and told him I needed to help someone else get there, that wanted to be there. It was that powerful. Pretty awesome, right? So check her out, leave a comment, and let me know how this story inspired you. It inspired me. Bye. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for all the support and inspiration. Mwah.